Good evening. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Let's Get Into It. I'm Dr. Kenyatta, the ArtKitech. On this channel, we destroy and build simultaneously, for there can be no resurrection without destruction. Once again, I'm Dr. Kenyatta, and you will refer to me as such. I have no enemies. The enemies of God have been defeated. Love and goodwill taken care of within eliminates that without. I will not be tolerating any bad vibes or any bad negative energies on my channel. So happy to have you. I was in my office and I was reading this book. The title of this book is called Take Off Your Glasses and See. Now I will share with you the premise of this book by Jacob Lieberman. All of you corrective lens eye wearers, or what would you say, corrective lens wearers, oh my goodness, excuse me, you might be interested in picking up this book. But the premise of the book is, the author explains his belief that most vision problems are the result of an unconscious decision to close your eyes to emotional pain or discomfort, and how increasing the strength of the corrective lenses only encourages eyesight to withdraw even further. I'm stopping there. But let me read again. The author explains his belief that most vision problems are the result of an unconscious decision to close your eyes to emotional pain or discomfort. In the book, he gives many examples of times that people would find that they needed glasses, or that their vision had all of a sudden changed. And when they looked back on that time period, there was some kind of traumatic experience happening in their life, whether they were from the age of 3 all the way up into their 20s. Now, you would think by the time a person is in their 20s, they wouldn't have such an issue. Think back to when you found that your vision all of a sudden became blurry than a motherfucker. What was going on in your life at that particular time? Did daddy leave? Was mama getting her ass beat by daddy, or maybe boyfriend number 5? As far as the 20-year-old in the book, this person was in college and she was very nervous about taking an exam. And her vision just went to shit. And she found that she needed glasses permanently. So understand, it's basically like saying, something traumatic is going on in your life, and you don't want to what? See it. You choose not to see what's happening in your world. So your vision goes from being very clear to being very blurry, or God knows what, maybe farsighted, nearsighted. Nearsighted, what you can see up close to you, what you want near you. Farsighted, what you'd rather have further away from you. And the list goes on and on and on. Now, personally, as I was reading the book, and I thought to myself, I was in the 3rd grade when I found that my vision was going to shit. It seems as though I woke up one day, went to school, looked at the chalkboard, and couldn't see shit. It was blurry than a motherfucker, like I said before. The white lines of the chalk all of a sudden were just like blurred into the green chalkboard. Of course, I raised my hand and I asked my teacher, can I move my chair up to the chalkboard? And she said, sure, of course you can. Well, of course, being in the 3rd grade, all of the other students wanted to do the same thing. They raised their hand. Can I go to the chalkboard too? Can I go to the chalkboard? And the teacher said, of course you can. Well, the teacher began to question my vision when we would have reading. We would all have to stand up to read. And sometimes when I was reading, I would skip a word. So, being the observant teacher that she was, she thought something was wrong with my vision because I was skipping a word. I saw the motherfucking word. The problem wasn't that I didn't see the word. I saw the motherfucking word, bitch. You have me standing up in front of everybody, putting me on Front Street. I'm only in the fucking 3rd grade. I'm still learning how to read. So I was nervous than a motherfucker. But it seems as though she never questioned the fact that I said, "Can I take my chair to the chalkboard? I can't see it." When she explained to the woman who raised me, there's something wrong with the little girl's eyesight. She's skipping words when she reads. I don't recall her saying, "And she's asking to go to the fucking chalkboard." Because she's saying she can't see it. She might have. I just don't remember hearing that. Nevertheless, I thought back to that time period. And I said, what was happening in the home? What was happening in my life that caused me to feel like I'd rather not see this shit? I couldn't recall. Daddy had been left. Mama wasn't getting her ass beat. She didn't have any men in the home, thank God. No 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th man. But there might have been other things occurring in my life. I don't know. But for yourself, think back. Now, as we age, regardless of whether we wear glasses or not, the vision changes. It progresses to what? To shit. It progresses to regression. Especially when you reach over like 45, men and women, and you go through that special hormonal period, that period of pause, whether it's perimenopause or menopause or andropause. The hormones, they're like the batteries of the physical body. And once those hormones begin to decrease, everything else goes to shit. Everything else begins to decrease. I shouldn't say go to shit. I'm just having fun. Everything else begins to decrease. So the vision begins to decrease. Not saying that you'll go completely blind, no. The vision just goes through changes. Everything may not be as clear as it once was. It's to be expected. It is a part of the aging process. Isn't it awesome, the aging process? From the moment that you are conceived, from the moment that the egg meets the sperm, or the sperm, meets the egg and burrows its way in to form a little old you, or a little new you, maybe, depends on your perspective. And you begin to form into a fetus, and out comes a human being, perfect in every way. And throughout your years, you will be perfect in every way. But this isn't about that. This is about when the eyes no longer see. Now we're talking about the physical eyes, when the eyes no longer see. But even in that, there is some kind of psychological tie. We have already seen Mr. Lieberman. I don't know if he's a doctor or not. I just saw Jacob Lieberman. I didn't see any letters behind his name. Of course, there probably are some. I didn't take the time to pay any fucking attention. Hold on, I'll share it with you. I'll let you know. That wouldn't be fair, because who would just want to listen to some random person? Okay. And what he has to say about eyesight. Doctor of medicine. Yes, he is an MD. Anyway, let's get back to it. So the eyes no longer see because maybe there has been some trauma. The trauma can be very subtle. And what may be traumatic for one person may not be traumatic for another. Do the majority of people in our society, Western society, wear glasses? It's so interesting. When I went to Israel, I walked to the edge of a mountain. And as far as the eyes could see, that's what the sight was like, as far as the eyes could see. In the book, he suggests not wearing your glasses so often and doing eye exercises. This was the time that I was not wearing my glasses. I was doing eye exercises. And when I walked to the edge of the mountain, as far as the eyes could see, magnificent. But if your vision is all fucked up, guess what? It just looks like blurry mess. I don't think this is what the Creator intended. Who is the creator? You are your creator. Why would you intend for yourself to come here and not be able to see? It is not natural. It is not normal. Now we talk about 2020 vision. That is a whole nother video. 2020 vision according to who? Excuse me. Who is it based off of? I'll just go into it. Some random secretary that another doctor of medicine, eye doctor, decided to compare everyone else's vision to. Just some random person. Just some random white woman secretary. That happened to be his secretary. And he decided we'll use her vision as a comparison to what everyone else's vision should be. Shouldn't we all be trying to figure out who this bitch is? What is her vision? What is her understanding of the world? What is her world view? And why must your worldview be in comparison to her worldview as to whether your worldview or your view of the world and your perception of reality is normal? Who is she? Just a random person. Interesting. The lady who raised me always said they were just practicing medicine. Well, for those of you who are going through the aging process, and I mean we're all going through the aging process, what I mean is for those of you who are over that 45 hump, it's so interesting. I'm sure many of you can attest. Many of you who have gone to the eye doctor on a regular basis, as you should, they will always tell you about the time that you're 43, 44, they're going to tell you when you come in here at the age of 45, your vision is going to be completely different than what it is now. Excuse me, I beg your pardon. What do you mean, excuse me, excuse me. What do you mean different than what it is now? Your vision is going to be on the decline. Excuse me, I beg your pardon. I eat right, I exercise, I eat all my fruits and vegetables. Means shit. He knows. She knows. They are the professional. And I'm sure that many of you over the age of 45 can attest to that motherfucker was right. Though I tried to fight it, I ate all the carrots, drank all the carrot juice until all the sugar in the juice started to cause all kind of yeasty problems in my system. It's not just a vaginal issue, people. Come up in your mind. Anyway. Your vision begins to change. Things some days are a little blurrier than other days. I myself got LASIK eye surgery about 4 or 5 years ago, and I just find it to be wonderful. I will never go through the shit again. I got it when I was over 45, or I was 45, or maybe I was 46. Shit, I don't remember. It was 45 and up. But the motherfuckers told me, bitch, if you decide that, they said because you are over the age of 45, you are going to have to come back for this shit in a few years. Excuse me? I beg your pardon. Not me. Yes, you, bitch. You too. Well, I haven't had to yet, but there are times, because I'm going through that whole hormonal change, it's a wonderful time in my life, that there are days that my vision is blurrier than others, but I can still see, physically see, understand. It's not like it was when I was in the 3rd grade, and I had to get a pair of glasses because the white chalk was blending into the green board, and it was just one big blurry mess. It's not like that at all. But nevertheless, the professionals who knew what the fuck they were talking about were right. But I will not be going back to get that shit. Okay, it's traumatizing. Any kind of surgery. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see what the vanity says. But let's get back to it. When the eyes no longer choose to see, they have a way to help you with that. They will give you glasses, contact lenses, anything, okay? Probably eye drops. God knows what they got out there nowadays. But for those of you, once again, who are over the age of 45, and there are days that your vision begins to change. It is a little blurry. It's frustrating than a motherfucker. Trust me, I know, I understand. And then the next day you'll wake up and it's just back right as rain. And you just deal with the shit. And say, well, I'm getting older. I'm progressing. I'm on my way out of this motherfucker. But nevertheless. But now, as we can see, the physical vision has everything to do with what's happening with us and our mental vision. Right? Is that how you would look at it? Okay. Mama's getting her ass beat. I don't want to see this shit. Daddy's gone. I don't want to see this shit. And a whole host of other traumatic issues and problems and so on and so forth. Okay. That can be tied into that. Okay. And sometimes it simply is just a physical thing. Okay. But we're not talking about that. Or you can talk about it if you choose. It's up to you. Your choice. But now, for many of you of the age of 18, like I was saying about the 20-year-old who had a hard time testing and was afraid she was going to fail that motherfucker. Okay? And she just decided, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. And she had to go get fucking glasses. Her vision all of a sudden was fucked up. She woke up one morning. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we were all like Peter Parker and got bit by that little genetically enhanced spliced spider? And we woke up and our vision was crystal fucking clear. Maybe we do have the ability to do that. I don't fucking know. But for many of us, there may be some of you out there who are learning a lot about who you truly are. Mama wasn't mama, was she? Daddy may not have been who I thought he was. You're finding out that your whole entire life basically was a fucking lie. Now, for some of you, that may be hard, that may be difficult, that may be challenging. You may have had wonderful people surrounding you, or maybe they were not. If they were lying to you and didn't tell you the truth, how wonderful could they be? Maybe some of you thought they were wonderful and you discovered that they weren't. Not only were they not wonderful, they were a bunch of rogue motherfuckers whose world and realm you were thrown into. And upon finding out this information, there's more and more and more and more to who you are. And you're learning day by day, bit by bit, piece by piece, hour by hour, second by second. And you wake up one day and you look and things are a little blurry. And you're not sure if it's your fucking pause, the pause of life. Or is it like what Neo said? Or was it Morpheus? When they woke his motherfucking ass up after they were tinkering with his nuts and bolts in that sub-matrix basement world that they acted like and wanted to pretend like was so nice and wonderful, and now we're fucking free. That's fucking slob and shit. And he said, how come my eyes hurt? And what did Morpheus tell him? Because you've never used them. So if you find that your eyes feel funny or blurry, you're squinting when you shouldn't be. And at the same time, you're discovering that your whole entire life is not at all what you were told. Understand. Your eyes are trying to adjust because your mind is trying to adjust. You have never used your eyes before. I'm going to read from the Occult Tarot deck. Let's see what the little demonic creatures want to say to us about when the eyes can no longer see. or when the eyes choose not to see, when they're squinting, all of that I just stated. Upon your discovery that you are not who they told you were. You know, people oftentimes talk about, you don't know who you are. Ha, 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 he. Laughing at others when they don't know themselves. All many people know is what they've been told. Understand that whoever your parents are, your parentage, your heritage, essentially is who you are. It is who you are. You are not separate from it. So when you have been told that this person is your parent, you are made to believe that you are biologically connected to this person or these people or this village, this clan, these people that are bound to each other by what? Blood. And then you discover that you're not. Unless you are told that you are not, most of us believe that we are. And we look at that person and that other person, that man and that woman, and we look at their clan, very observant, and we say, it is me. Now, some of you may have looked at these people all your life and said, there's something strange here. I feel no connection. I don't know these people. Excuse me. However, this is what you were what? Told. And you believe what you are told, and you carry it throughout your 18 plus years. That what you were told is what it is. And that what you were told, or who it is that you were told, is who you are. Our reasoning skills kick in. Once again, we look around us, we look in that woman's eyes, we look in that man's eyes, we look in grandpa and grandma and them's eyes, and the whole clan, and we say to ourselves, what? Me. I am seeing me. So you look for characteristics. You look for things to match. It has my nose. It has my chin. It has my walk, my talk, my way of thinking, and my way of being. It is me. The many that are before me, the clan, is me. I am in my clan. Why? I was told this, therefore I believe it. Interesting how the mind plays tricks on you, isn't it? The mind will do what it is told to do. Free thinkers, my ass. There's no such thing. So, if they said, this is your mama, this is your papa, these are your people, this is your clan, your village, your family, your blood, it is you. Whether it is or not, the mind takes it in and absorbs it and believes it, whether it believes it or not, whether it knows it's not true or not. The mind takes it in and absorbs it because what? This is what I was told. I see the similarities when there's no similarity. See, an outside person could what? See the truth. Where you cannot. Why? Because you were told. And the mind believes or chooses to believe what it was told. Why? So that it won't go crazy and that it can survive. So that it can survive. But of course, as we age and as we grow, hopefully, if all the developmental processes are there the way that they should be, we all look around and maybe we begin to question, but some people will still come to you and say, you shouldn't question that. Where are you getting that from? Why are you saying that? That is your, they are your, they are you. or some won't say anything at all. Why? Because they know that you know the fucking truth. Anyway, motherfuckers, when the mind, when the eyes can no longer see, you are now coming into a new space and a new place of what? Truth. Is it new? Or is it truth? When your whole world and realm was what? A lie. Now, I am talking about for those who have been told a lie from the moment they were born, the moment they came into this world and were thrown into some tribe, some community, some organization of folks. I don't belong here. Oh my God. But you just roll with it, because what the fuck else are you going to do at 2? You need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to feel safe and secure. And you don't know where the fuck your tribe is. In other words, you don't know where the fuck you are. So you stay where you have been cast to, cast out of, and cast into. And you adapt, you adopt, and you absorb. And your eyes adjust to something that is not true. It adjusts to an illusion. It adjusts, to a lie. And this becomes the entirety of your worldview. What is not true? What is a lie? What is an illusion? And maybe even someone's fantasy. But when you awaken, just like Neo said, my eyes hurt. Because now you see the truth. You've never used them before. I am going to read once again from the Occult Tarot. Hold on, please. 2 more shuffles. Let's get into it. Here we have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. Ten of Swords, of course, it's upright. And here we have, the wonderful Baphomet, the Magician, upright. Oh, this is why you're hated so. Let's see what we have here. But it's 4 of them, not 3. All right, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Let me see. Didn't work. It might have worked for a time, but not a lifetime, is what I'm hearing. Only for a period. A very short period of time. What didn't work, Dr. Kenyatta? Them, whoever them is, keeping you from yourself. Keeping you from what? Your truth. keeping you from what? All the more you. It only lasted for so long. They could only watch you for so long. Now, I don't know who you are. Okay. I am looking at this creature that looks like an owl. Okay. Isn't there something special about the eyesight of an owl? Being able to see at night. And the owl, who, as I stated before, who are you? Who? Keeping you from yourself. Keeping you from your truth. I'm hearing vanity. I don't know what that's all about at this particular time. But one thing that we do see, that for some of you, this was done as some sort of betrayal. You were betrayed. You were lied to. You were stabbed in the back. Or maybe someone that you are connected to, in truth, was betrayed. And even if this was something that did not necessarily occur at your birth, at some point in your life, because you were never told the truth, and you were constantly made to feel and believe that you were not who you were, this in and of itself was the betrayal. And as much of a bad rap that the old poor Baphomet gets, the misunderstood one here, there are people who worship these creatures and these beings. Even the Elohim and the gods say, do not worship us. Yet there are some that do worship these demonic creatures, demonic creatures, whatever. These creatures, they're all creatures. We're all creatures. These might have been people who were followers of the old Baphomet. I would say in their misunderstanding, because he does give health, but he also gives financial prosperity. But he also connects one safely with the divine. Isn't that interesting? Let's continue on. The hangman, upright. The devil, Moloch, upright. Not to be confused with Satan. Five of Pentacles in reverse. And here we have Five of Swords in reverse. This betrayal was to keep you stuck. To keep you from what? I am hearing your true north, your true self. Who are you? To keep you tied and connected to a false sense of being. To keep you tied and connected to lies. To people whom you do not belong. And while you're looking at them, the mind had equated them with you. Me, that's me. And the reality is, no, they're not. Now, some people may think that, well, they raised you, they loved you. What difference does it make? It makes all the difference in the world. I am not saying for those who did it with the purest of intention and love are wrong in any way, shape, or form. Every person has a right to know from whence they come, because it is who they are, raised with intention and love or not. There is still a who in that person that belongs to them, that they need to know who they are. For example, when you go to the doctor, what does the doctor ask you? They ask you your what? Your family's medical history. Because it makes all the difference in the world how they will look at you and treat you. So if there is a history of, let's say, diabetes, then they know that you may be prone to that. May. If there's no history there, that doesn't mean that they won't look and check the blood work, the necessary blood work, but more than likely, you may not be prone to this particular ailment. Doesn't mean that you cannot have it, but the likelihood is less than those who have a family history of it. It's not just physical. Who are you? When the eyes can no longer see, or when the eyes choose not to see, or they're having a hard time seeing because they believed a lie and made that lie their truth. Let's continue on. This was done to keep you stuck. This was done here as Moloch. Moloch the devil makes one worse off than ever before. Tricks mortals into being bound. Accepts child sacrifice. Some of us were meant to be sacrifices as a child. In some way, shape, or form. And some of us were. To these liars. And for these liars, so they could receive financial prosperity from the Baphomet. Regardless of his other characteristics, that is one. And this is the one in which they chose to focus on. This was done to keep you stuck. This was done to keep you bound. To keep you from freedom. To keep you from realizing your truth. To keep you from realizing yourself. To keep you from you. Interesting. The Moloch spoke to me once. Let's continue on. Hold on. These liars who did not want you to recognize yourself. They wanted to I feel like in some regard they wanted to cast you out. But you were accepted in, or you were brought in, or you were cast in to their world. Keeping you stuck. Keeping you in the state of mind that this is who I am, though the shit doesn't feel right. This is what I was told. Like a fucking little robot. So this is how I will be. I will convince myself that I look like them, talk like them, walk like them, think like them. When in no way, shape, or form do I. I am not speaking of myself. Though in some ways I am. I am sure that there is someone out there who understands what's being said. I'm hearing I do. Good. But if you were to believe this and accept this and be stuck as the old Moloch who was called on to... See, Moloch didn't do this to you. Moloch was called on to make it worse for you. Bind them. While the Baphomet gives us the financial prosperity. Keep them stuck and bind them. Okay, this is who I am, this is what I do, says Moloch. And while you're just in it, believing it, in it, if there's something in you that's like, I don't know about this, but you're in it, believing it, in it, you would have nothing to fight for. There would be nothing about winning at all costs. Win what? Aren't I where I'm supposed to be? Aren't I who? Am I saying that right? Aren't I who I'm supposed to be? Let's continue on. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Of course, it's in reverse. 9 of Swords, upright. And here we have 7 of Cups, upright. Of course, the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. You poor unfortunate soul. You poor unfortunate being. You have no clue who you are, where you belong, who your mommy is, who your daddy is, who your ancestors are. So you can't call on them for any help. You don't know who to fucking call on because we have you fucking bound. You poor, unfortunate soul. You have no clue who you are. And when a person doesn't know who they are, they're easily controlled, easily manipulated, easily used. Let us continue. There's a creature, a little gnat. Doesn't look like I got it, but who knows? I'm sure the motherfucker will return. Once again, you poor unfortunate fuck. It's keeping you in a space of anxiety and torment, misfortune. Because now they're bringing the hammer down on your ass. Especially for those who were supposed to be a sacrifice. Now, child sacrifice, what difference does it make what age you are? We're all someone's child. I'm sure Moloch will take it at any age. There's that fucker again. Of course, it always shows up. Let's continue on. And while they torment you, and you're overwhelmed, and you're filled with anxiety, and I'm hearing the word curse. Cursed and hexed and burdened. Because something just isn't right. And I can't seem to move. I can't seem to free myself. Because something just isn't right. And all of this time you are being presented with lies and illusion. More lies, more illusion. In someone's fantasy. This is someone's fantasy. Let's continue on. Here we have the High Priestess upright. Queen of Swords in reverse. And the Nine of Cups upright. Interesting. The High Priestess, Dantalion, I hope I'm saying Dantalion's name right, teaches art and science, but look at this. Knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them. The High Priestess, Dantalion, knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them, causes love and interesting, shows vision of the world. these demonic creatures are not always bad. The angelic creatures are not always good. But if God is both the creator of the good and the evil. Nevertheless, Danteleon comes through and awakens you and shows you the vision of the world, and you are a part of the world. Danteleon says, let me show you the truth. Let me show you who you really are. Or at least let me show you that you're not them and they are not you. You're bound. You're meant to be a sacrifice. Because don't they say that the evil has to show you, or the devil has to show you, or whatever has to show you what it's doing before it does it, or something like that, through these movies and TV, something along those lines. Correct? Danteleon knows the secret thoughts of all. Danteleon has known your secret thoughts, that something isn't right. And Danteleon changes them and says, let me show you the vision. Let me show you the truth. Let me show you the world. Danteleon causes love, self-love. While these creatures who wanted to sacrifice you were only showing you lies in someone's sick fantasy. Now, you've been shown the truth. You can speak your truth. You can live your truth. Had not Danteleon came along in your life and showed you the truth, showed you the vision of the world, and shared with you the thoughts, the secret thoughts of all, you'd be stuck. Now, you can move forward, knowing who you are, or at least knowing who you are not. For us, Nine of Cups teaches logic, ethics. This was unethical. And the value of herbs and stones. Let me show you what herbs will be helpful for you. Let me show you what stones will assist you on your journey of truth. Now that you have left the lies and the baggage, their baggage, with them, can make one invisible if need be. Helps one to be intelligent and long-lived, which is so interesting because this Queen of Swords in reverse speaks to the intellect, but in reverse. So while you may have appeared to be stupid to some or naive to some because you were believing the bullshit because this is what they told you, Danteleon has come through. And this can be turned right side up here and help you to be intelligent. Now you can make intelligent choices and long-lived choices, not based on emotion. Oh, but that's what they told me, that mom and them. No, it's not. Now, we are not talking about people, once again, who took someone in with love and goodwill and positive intention and kept it as such. Can recover, this is beautiful for us, can recover lost items and find treasures. The greatest treasure to be found is the treasure of yourself. For us, can help you recover yourself and all that was lost. And what true eyesight, true vision. So, the eyes may hurt for a while. They may squint, trying to see. But what are they seeing? They are now seeing the truth. Just like a baby learning to walk, or a toddler learning to walk. They fall, but they get back up, and they fall, and they get back up, and they fall, and they get back up. So you will squint, and you will your eyes will open, and your eyes will squint, and they will open, and they will squint, and they will open. Because now they're squinting at what has been lost, taking in what has been found. So eventually they no longer squint, and they just, and now what? You are living truth. Not living in your truth, but living truth. When the eyes can no longer see, the old eyes, let them go. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. You are always welcome. And be blessed or have favor. You choose. Peace. Mister. Selfish. Nee, elishne. Sermiash du kisane erwala snayraga. Lestesh beswishni vila. Real hammerchat. Easy. Smell. Easy.